she's definitely a go-getter, always up for a lot of things. And she's very passionate, about tennis, her dogs, and she loves gardening.
So, Mum, are you able to describe Carol in a few words?
I can. Carol's obviously very sporty and athletic and fit. So since I've been a little girl, right up to being this age, Carol has always been doing something. So taking us horse riding, playing tennis, scuba diving, doing everything all the time. Carol just goes all the time and likes to be active. And sometimes she'll say she's tired and says, I've done nothing, but you'll say, well, you played tennis, you went to the shops, you walked your dogs, and she'll go, oh yeah, okay, well maybe I did do a few things. So I think she loves being active, and I think she underestimates how much she does all the time in her activities every day. I think she's a super role model for me and for my sisters and for all of our family, and just how to get the best out of life, how to be a strong, independent woman, somebody who's going to stand up for herself and push herself and achieve everything she can. And she gives everything 100%. When she really loves something, she'll go for it. So, fantastic, great role model.
Well, in the first place, I think it's so amazing that she turned out so well after all of the, I told you that we made her life a living hell, and the fact that she turned out as well as could be is amazing to me. She turned out better than all the rest of us. She is. I told you, she apparently is a very forgiving person, and because she has every right to be disgusted with us, especially me.
Well, the one thing that I've tried to do to my baby sister is to bring her up into the world where she doesn't vote left-wing crazy, who lock you down and don't let you get out of your house. Now, I tried to tell her that, but she would not listen. And now you guys over there are locked down. Texas isn't.
So if you had to use an adjective to describe Carol, you'd say more intelligent than her brother.
Yes, I would. At least as intelligent as Jerry, and more intelligent than me.
More intelligent and discerning in her politics, I would say.
She's great fun. She's really full of happiness and joy, and she's always been very welcoming to me. Not like the stories you would hear of a mother-in-law, for sure. I think Carol is the opposite of what you would hear about a mother-in-law.
Well, she's always up for a laugh, because as soon as we leave the house to go for a walk, go to the Lidl, whatever we're doing together, there's always one moment at some point in the trip where we're peeing in our pants laughing. And I always think of her as hardworking. I mean, I've never known a task, no matter how demanding or formidable, that she has said no to. I have a bird chasing my feet around under the desk right now. Sorry about that. And she puts me to shame, because I wouldn't do half the tasks that she does. She's so hardworking and smart, really smart, has a really quick grasp of a complex situation. It's very impressive.
A dog lover, and she's passed that love on to us, all our red setters, and all our horse riding throughout the years. And we've passed that one on. Now Shona has the bug with her lovely prince, and of course there's Deuce tennis, which is Carol's major obsession at the moment, well, for many years. Snorkeling and scuba diving, like how many mums introduce you to that in your lifetime? It's the Red Sea, the Florida Keys, the Caribbean, all the way down to Belize. And she probably would have kept on going, but we kind of moved on. And of course, she encouraged me as she achieved so much in the area of 10K running, and we achieved a lot together and encouraged each other on in that over the years. Now, I never was able to achieve something that Carol did, and that was how to do the Wagga Wagga, the Carol Wagga Wagga when she saw an attractive man. But I certainly learned from her to discern what was attractive and what was not.
And can you describe Carol?
Well, she's very young and athletic, and she cares for all of us so much, so it's very nice to have her around.
She's funny, kind, caring, generous, and she's down to earth.
Definitely determined and definitely accomplished as well, and very supportive.
Carol doesn't conform to the stereotype of a woman her age. So she is strong, independent, intelligent, capable, inspirational. I've been on bike rides with guys telling mother-in-law jokes, and I'm always like, I don't get it. I don't understand. She's, the best mother-in-law anyone could have. She's cool. She has a great sense of humor. And what can you say? One of a kind.
I was thinking of that, and I was thinking strength. She's strong. She's resilient, intelligent, and very kind.
I had to describe Carol. This is a hard one because there's so many things I want to say, but I know I probably have a restriction. The first one would be strong. You are physically strong and you do your mini marathon every year. I've never known you not to. And you're also very strong-willed as well. When you know something, when you know you want something, you can get it. You're also strong in a way I can't really explain. It's that kind of fierce compassion that is completely unwavering. You are a very caring person as well, and I think you showed that by raising 4 most amazing women and that I've ever met, one of which is my mother. And I also think that this is a hard one, I also think you're loyal, because when things got hard for you, you decided what was best for you and your children, and you also decided what was best for your family, essentially. And I just think that that's something I'd never be able to do, and I just think that you knew what was good and what wasn't, and you just decided to do your own thing. And I think that that's something really important in life. You know your decisions, you know what's good for people and what isn't, and you know essentially how to control things that might be out of control. And I just think that's a very admirable trait. And yeah.
And who is Carol's favorite sports person?
Let me think. Is it Nadal?
Well, I think we all know that Carol would say that Rafa Nadal is her favourite player, but I remember when I was younger, my mum really, really liked Jimmy Connors and followed him. So I'm going to say Nadal because that's the safe bet, but Jimmy Connors would probably be a close second. And then Bjorn Borg.
Well, there's Serena, of course, we all just think is amazing and has encouraged so many women. But I think the old romance of Needle really has shone and won out. Isn't that right, Carol?
She's always talking about Rafa.
Yeah, you got it. Oh, Nadal.
Well, it would have to be your man with the arms, the forearms, the 2 forearms. Is that 8 arms? But anyway, the guy with the arms and the guns. That's not really doing anything, but the guy with the arms. And I think he plays tennis as well and scratches his nether regions occasionally. But yeah, Rafa, he's the man.
That's a hard one. I'm just gonna have to guess and say it's Nadal. Is it?
Nadal.
I can. I can tell this really funny story when my sister Catherine asked Carol to cut Shona's hair. And Shona is her second grandchild, who's now 17, but at the time was a little toddler who couldn't stop moving her head every time Carol went to cut a bit of her hair. And I was standing beside Carol in the kitchen trying to keep Shona's attention, but it didn't work. And every time Carol cut a little bit of Shona's hair, she jerked and moved so that the hair didn't cut just as Carol wanted. And Carol was like, "Oh my God, Catherine's going to kill me." And I just found this so funny. I was so unsupportive. I just kept rolling around the place laughing while Carol was freaking out, because I actually didn't expect her to be so anxious about it. And she was always great at cutting her hair all the way through the years, but I guess none of us were as bad as Shona at moving around.
And Nick, tell us something that you do that really annoys Carol.
Well, we spin around on our spinny chair in our living room, and we do this.
I'm in Ireland and filling up the kettle. She always says I fill it up with way too much water.
I think everybody fills it too.